Looks like Muffin's out of the car, but I believe we've been waiting long enough. So with that being said, we of course are going to have our 5-minute qualifying in a few short moments. Muffin is going to need to get into the car, but we're going to start whether or not they're in the car. Alright. There we go. Watch the lights, because we are green on the racetrack right now. I'll put the stream up once qualifying's done. Looks like Twin's gonna get the lead off the line here. So again, this is qualifying. We are not yet in the race. Twin's gonna lead us off. You can see a bunch of action back behind. But our 5 minutes starts right now. Oop. That's your second. Probably won't affect anything though. I'm gonna turn the engine sounds of these up because they are a lot quieter than the other classes. Oh, Twin is around and into the barrier. That leaves our leader to be Crit Knight. That is, I'm gonna check that name real quickly. Mustang Cow, Crit Knight. Is there another name in game they go by bigger? Crit Knight. So yeah, we're gonna call him Crit Knight here. Took the lead for a bit, but last year's champion Silver Woman comes across, goes and takes the lead past the hotel hairpin as we're into the next part of the track. Something I forgot to remind myself. I need to check the course things. Let me check that really quickly. Alright. Silver Woman makes your way through Le Mans, as it's called, as far as the track goes. The first time lap could be here. He's purple on sector 1, purple sector 2. Is that going to be the time that determines what pole position will be? This is his first time around. Mr. Monaco has held up pretty solid so far, second place as far as positions go. But we'll see. He doesn't have a valid lap, so Crit Knight's going to have to be potentially the next one up. Meanwhile, Silverman crosses the line and top of the board. It's a 1:53.971 quick time there. We'll see if that one holds or not. As the field will start to spread out here. We do see quite a bit of rubber banding, but it is going to start to settle itself. Second on the board has been Crit Knight. Tennifies takes up P3 with a 207.842. Just gaining a lap in is all that really matters here. With 3 laps, cuts are a little bit strict here, so that could be something that very well might be important. Now we can see Crit Knight is sticking up a purple sector 1 here in the full Marlboro machine. Might have gotten a corner cut though there. That's Mr. Monaco side by side. Mr. Monaco with 35.105 for sector 1. Silver Woman has gone slow, loses pack lead. New pack leader will be Mr. Monaco. Oh. I'll teleport you, Shibe. There you go. Alright, well, late entry there for Shibe 21, but it's just in time. Again, our pack leader is Mr. Monaco. We're going to look at the board though. As far as laps go, Silver is on an improved lap time here. Now, I will note that the cuts are going to be quite finicky in the MITS cars. They're right-hand drive, being the only class it is. As you can see, Shibe 21 getting off on the line. Make it overtaken here. As the white flag is in the air for Mr. Monaco. And that would have been an incredible time there. But Blue Sonic Gen goes top of the board. It's a 153.386. But you could have seen if Twin had gotten that foul lap, that would have been absolutely out of this world. That was a 151.225, but just couldn't get fouled there. Now, if you do not get a foul time, you are still going to be able to make the race, but you are going to have to be in a randomized position. So you're all on a stroke of luck here. Muffin is taking over pack lead. Final lap here. As we're going to turn off the qualifying mode because, of course, we are going to go to one lap. We are actually on the final lap for a lot of these cars. Mr. Monaco's starting to lag out behind. That's a bad lag spike there for Mr. Monaco, but the rest of the field's going to come up here side by side action between Blue Sonic Gen and Muffin as they make their way over into the last set of turns. And as Blue Gen trying to get anything to get by, and it looks like it's going to be the final lap here for Shibe 21. So Shibe, you're going to focus on not getting cuts here if you haven't gotten any yet. So Blue Sonic Gen is the pack leader. Coming up to the final time around. So once we do, we're going to do a cooldown lap, by the way. Just do a cooldown lap. We're going to head to the main pits after this. As the checkers will go out, and Silver Rumi gets it across the line. That could be a great sign coming up to this race. He also takes pole position away. It's a 152.455. If you guys could do a cooldown, would be appreciated. So, and it looks like Aiden, Jason, and Twin Triple V sits and Shy without a foul lap. So they will be on a randomized grid, but our pole sitter is Silver Lumi. Who was that overtook? That is Shibe. Shibe is stunned. He was overtaken before, so... yeah. I believe we are done with qualifying. I'm not quite sure. Looks like it. Yeah. Critter Knight spins out. Under caution. So if we can head to the main pit lane, not the pit lane on the backstretch, but the main pit lane. The main pits on the front stretch, please, if you guys can line up there. I need Aiden, Jason, Twin, Shy to hang out back until we can get your official position settled. So, yeah, so start finish, so the front stretch pit lane. So the positions we do need you guys to line up in is going to be Silver Lumi in first place. Second place is going to be Blue Sonic Gen. Shibe doesn't count. So Silver, Blue Gen, Muffin, Arisnetta, Tenafis, Mr. Monaco, Critter Knight. I need Shibe, Aiden, Jason, and Twin to hang out back in the meanwhile. Just line up at the cones. Mr. Monaco, I think you're going to have to go back a little bit. It's quite a bit of distance there. I'm not sure though, we'll see. Again, positions are going to be Silver Lumi, Blue Sonic Gen in second place, Muffin in third. Fourth going to be Arisnetta, fifth is going to be Tenafis, sixth place is going to be Mr. Monaco, seventh place is going to be Critter Knight. Once we get you guys lined up, we will head over to figure out the rest of the positions. The main pit lane on the front stretch. Tenafis is... Yeah, I need Mr. Monaco back. There's going to be quite a few cars, and Tenafis will be ahead of Mr. Monaco. I need you to go 2 spots back. Airs will be up. blew Sanjo into second place ahead of Muffin. I need you guys to make one spot back because Arisnetta has a position there. Where is Aris by chance? Currently working on the cars, it seems. Twin volunteering to start from last. You'll start from last if you want. I think she's clearing out cars or something. We're gonna slide one entry to the back, so that's gonna be behind Twin. That'll be Camrio Cole. He missed out on qualifying, so he will be put to the far back of the field. And we actually have a flagman. So, Kryptonite is gonna be up here, by the way. So if you can line up here, behind Mr. Monaco. So let's get the 4 positions up towards the back. You're gonna have the wheel decide for this. Let's see who we have. We have Aiden, Scheib, and Jason. And Twin wants to start behind all of them, so we'll let him start behind all of them. So, Critical is not, or Kryptonite. No, you're behind. Mr. Arisnetta will be in 4th place. We're just waiting on her. Hey, fella. Is he in the VC? Yes, he is. You gotta read here, fella.
Let's go!
Yeah. Let me put the stream up onto this game. Onto this server real quickly.
Got some clean cars here, man.
Quite a big field today. As curse sounds occur. You could allow Oblige to race Ares, by the way. Put him in a rental, unless he has a car. Anyways, let's get on to the positions that are randomized. Apologies. Starting up in 8th place will be Aiden. So Aiden, you're gonna move up to 8th place. We're gonna figure out between Jason and Scheib who starts 9th. And Jason will start in 9th place. Scheib will start in 10th. So I need Jason up behind him. In 9th place. And then Scheib will start behind you. And then Twin will start behind you. Then we will have Cole to start up behind Twin. So Twin's gonna be behind Scheib. So just leave a spot for Scheib. I need Scheib to move up into 10th. Twin's going to start 11th. Beagle will start 12th, and 13th will be Oblige. I think that's going to be it as far as qualifying goes. I don't know how much more space we have, so I'm going to take the time to clear out the rest of the field. So I believe we have as many drivers as we could honestly ever imagine. And then some. So we're going to clear out the field. For this 10-lap Grand Prix. We're going to have 2 pace laps. We do not have a pace car driver. We do have a pace car driver, but I don't think he wants to be the pace car driver.
Who?
So, that would be Jake. Alright, Oblige's going to start in the far back. I need everyone to your cars. We are going to get going as soon as we can. So the corner cut limit for today is going to be 25 cuts. So in other words, if you got 2.5 cuts a lap, you're good. Yep. So once everyone is in your cars, we are going to get going. So again, corner cut limit is 25.
$25.
25. Alright.
25.
Yeah, that's what's funnier than 24. Alright, everyone is in their car, so watch the lights. We are yellow on the we are yellow on the racetrack. When the car ahead of you goes, pace speed is just going to be try to be reasonable. As the screaming sympathy of 4 cylinders proceeds, try to stay behind the car ahead of you, make up a sizable gap here. There's a lot of cars, so please try to make a gap with the car ahead of you. That means you errors, because then we get those accordion situations. Oh boy. We need you guys to fit yourselves. You're just way too close to each other. All these lag spikes are not going to be good. There's a lot of we're going to be fine once we hit the main straight, I can assure you that, but it's just, you know, we gotta make up space where we can. Might be good thumbnail material though. Nope, nope, never mind. No, it's not tire worm. It's not tire worm. That's why you don't. No tire warming, please. We need to hold you guys as steady as we can. I don't want to see any funny business, please. We're also going to have some leniency towards overtaking. We do have a flagman here, so if you get a better start than the person ahead of you, you can overtake them. If you do it before the green, that will be a penalty though, so be aware. You could give up the time though just by going wide on a couple turns. You don't need to hit the brakes or anything. Just go wide, get back to position by the end of the lap, you'll be fine. So let Beagle get back to his spot. We're good there. So we're down for one more pace
Kinda
lap
slow.
here.
You know what I just realized? I just realized the 12 in Sebring, it can be a BE too.
It could be what?
It could be a B. If you look at the Sebring 12 hours logo, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
B too.
Yeah, I guess in a way.
I never noticed that.
It's a 12 and an R too. I've noticed that.
Hold on.
So. Beagle spun out again. If you can't get to pacing, you're not going to race, so please try to get back going. They'll happen to a blind. Get your car. Get going. You're in last place, so thankfully there's one more lap. We're not going to slow down for any of that situation. The pace speed is just stay behind the car ahead of you, that's all. And keep a distance, please. We don't want to be too packed up. There's a lot of cars here. Vision lag's going to be a situation. That means you, Aiden. That means you, Tenafis. Everyone, please be mindful. Aiden. It's actually, Jason. Please don't chat, guys. Please don't chat. Please don't chat. Just focus on driving. Stay behind the car ahead of you and make up a gap. We don't want to be too close. We don't want to be too far. Tenafis is too far back. Shibe is a little bit too far back here. Aiden's a little too close. Just please try to maintain like a car length or two from the car ahead of you. We are one to go here. Lights on the track are black. That means there's 1 lap to go. We're gonna fix the laps. That's why we had that set up, because, you know, you might have skipped a sector or something. That's why we always do 2 pace laps, because the time system might not be fully set up. There might be some irregularities. Change off C0, please don't tire warm. Just try to focus on driving here. The gap here between Kryptonite, I just need you guys to give each other space here. I need a lot of space. You guys are too close in the middle of the field. It might make the start a bit goofy. Now in the back, because you're going to get that time back up once it's time to go green, but it's a bit of a situation here. With this many cars. Thank you guys for trying to pace as well as you can. Mr. Monaco's too close to 10-5, just slightly let him go a little bit. Don't, you know, hit the brakes or let off. Just, you know, when you're in that situation, just try to get some space up. Again, 10-5s, don't hit the brakes, don't hit the brakes. Try your best not to hit the brakes. That's how you're going to maintain a distance. Just try your best to not hit the brakes, try to make a space though. So, now it goes for Mr. Monaco. You guys are going too quick there in the middle. I hope some of you guys never drive. Alright. Airs, can we please not stray out of normal lines? Because I did mess up the middle of the field. Just take a normal line here. Try to follow the line of the car ahead of you. Try to be smooth. There's a lot of cars here today. And I want this start to be as balanced as it can be. I'm probably not going to be calling if someone jumps here. But I do need the back of the field here. Mr. Monaco. I need Aiden to balance himself. Aiden. Okay, we're good. Jason. Shive, Jason and Aiden, Jason and Aiden, Shive and Twin, just make up space, maintain as best as you can, please. Jason, that's on you. I will be penalizing people for jumping, so let's not do that. Alright. The lights are on you. Look at the lights.
Alright.
Green flags on the racetrack. And it looks like a couple of cars have already gone for a hard charge. That's Twin Triple V6, having made up a couple spots. Mr. Monaco with a bad start. In the middle of the field, in a bit of a kerfuffle here.
Oh,
as there is Multi-Beagle dude disconnecting out the line. We're going to see a yellow flag here. Beagle, you're parked. I just can't. This is the second time you caused issues, so I'm just gonna park you. There's too many cars. You're out of your element, so I'll just sit this one out.
Where'd he go?
I deleted Beagle's car. There's just too many cars here. We're gonna go. We're gonna keep it green. Actually, we're gonna keep it green. His car's out of the way, so again, the corner count limit's gonna be 25. I'm gonna try to get this one done. No, that's not the greatest call, but I'm trying to get this race going. We're running out of time here for the GTI race coming up in a bit, so. This car's out of the way. You can see Aiden spinning out there. How is the front of the race looking here? As Twin is taking up the lead. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cole. It's just too many cars here. That one's completely you, so I want to get this one done with, so. You didn't even qualify, so you do that right on the line. I'm sorry, it was just that has to happen. So a couple cars get loose there, including Blue Gen. Of course, that is a cut there, so not a great thing to get into. Alright, well anyways, as it's going here for the lead of the race, Twin Turbo V6 is going to lead us off. Silver has been overtaken, so Arisneta, you can see in the background, there goes wide. Nearly hits the barrier, but they keep on going. Looks like Silver Wumi is closing in a little bit here on Twin Turbo V6. Twin was yesterday's Rotsmod feature winner. It was not a dominant race by any means, though, as Twin goes wide, Twin gets loose, Twin's around! Silver is back up to the lead. Silver also goes wide on the grass. That gets him quite loose. Again, I must remind you, 25 cuts is the limit. You reach that point, you will get a 10-second time penalty. That could be significant in a field this size. I'm going to put up the board now so you guys can see what's going on for the positions. So for the second time by, let's see how cuts are doing. Mr. Monaco is kind of almost halfway there, so again, you guys got to be careful. Got to just try to stay on the track. It's the asphalt, and then no grass. Then when it's on the asphalt, it's a cone, so you want to stay off those. It's pretty clear where you shouldn't be going, so just be aware of that. A little bit of rubber banding here. The field is spread out in the front of the field. How's the midfield looking? A lot of rubber banding going on. Twin Turbo V6 has made up a couple of spots. There's also a battle going up there, potentially for position. That is Muffin and Arisneta. As Muffin takes the inside from Arisneta. Side by side here. And Arisneta is going to slip on ahead, but Muffin goes around the outside, clears off from Aris and takes away position. You can see Twin Turbo V6 in the background. 1 or 2 laps ago, had spun out there. This time they've gone clean. Arisneta is going to try to cut through the turn to get any advantage he can. It's not really any major advantage from that. Twin Turbo V6 closing in onto the field to make this a 3-way battle for the 3rd place spot. Twin by the end of the straight is taking up 3rd place. Arisneta on the inside of Muffin's crossing over. Muffin's back down the inside, but Arisneta is going to get it at the exit. Arisneta has to close into Twin Turbo V6. Muffin's going to get by Aris off of turn number 1. But Arisneta is still closing in. They just cannot escape from each other, but Twin's gotten away. Twin's taking up that 3rd place spot, so this turns to a battle for 4th place. Down into the hotel hairpin here. And Arisneta will get away from Muffin on the exit. But Muffin's still only a couple car lengths behind. Seems like the field has spread its own way here, although Arisneta is being closed in on once again by Muffins here for your position. As it goes side by side down the straight towards the front stretch. Now making the way into the braking point. And Arizona will get away by the end of the straight. Now Twin has a job on his hand. That's to get to the lead. He's starting the back of the field. Excuse me. In 11th place. And already has made himself a podium position. Is closing in here little by little on Blue Sonic Gen. So we look at the board. Silver Rumi has taken the quickest time. It's a 1:51.610. So that's a very impressive time there by Silver. So we're going to look at the board to see how Cots are doing.
I will say though. So I will say though, as the top two are coming on the front stretch, Silver Woman was at a little bit of a higher RPM passing me. So I'm wondering what kind of strategy Blue Sonic has to make to catch up to Silver.
I'm not sure if he's able to, but I can definitely say that in the meanwhile, Twin has been closing in. But for the 4th place spot, you can also see Muffin has overtaken Arisneta for position. So that's the 4th place battle once again, out to another dynamic. As Mr. Monaco, you are 10 cuts until a 10-second penalty. Watch yourself, just try to stay on the track. As here's Twin Triple V6 slowly closing in on Blue Sonic Gen. As they make their way down the backstretch into the final turn. And it looks like Twin's just carrying more speed. Twin's really closing in here onto the braking point. Only a couple car lengths separating the two. We might be able to see an overtake here. So we are halfway done. Cross flags in the air for Silver Rumi and everyone else behind. Meanwhile, the battle for second place stirring up here. Twin Triple V6 again has been making his upward climb throughout the entire race. He's been climbing about a lap a second over Silver. We're going to check our cuts. It looks like we're good so far. Another bit of lag, but the rubber banding, I could kind of see through the rubber banding that Twin's closing in on Blue Gen just by about a car length or two, a couple car lengths actually, but overall that gap's just closing in. He's definitely on a hunt for the front. Blue Gen gets a little bit loose. Twin is solid though, and that could mean some very bad news. But we'll see. Blue Gen still stays ahead of Twin. Twin has closed down that gap to just about a car length as a 32. Yesterday's Rotsmod winner closes in once again on Blue Sonic Gen. He's right in the rear bumper here. And he's going to make a little bit of a cut there. Twin, if you could back off here, that was a cut overtake. Clear. Alright. Thank you. Cut overtakes are a bit of a no-no, at least what I'm watching. I mean, I can't enforce all of them, but I try to. Doesn't matter though, as we're side by side for the second place spot, and Twin's going to take a tighter line down into the exit and carries more speed. Twin will get ahead into the second place spot by the end of the lap. As the next target is Silver Wilmy, as once again we are 4 laps to go here. So there's a 5.5 second gap. Twin's gonna have to be over a second faster than Silver if he wants a chance to win this thing. Will he be able to do it? In the back of the field, there might be a bit of calamity going on here between Shive and Mr. Monaco. For the 6th place position. Also, Eric's not in a bit of the mixture. So the midfield battle is quite intense here. But we'll watch still to see how Twin's doing with blue. Yeah, Twin's just been climbing here. I apologize about that. Hopefully I'm still streaming here. I had a lag spike. I'm bald. But we are... It looks like Silver has passed the line there. So we are back to where we were with 3 laps to go. And my internet has not been doing too well, but that's okay. As during that little off period, it looks like Blue Gen has made a significant mistake. They've lost a lot of gap here, but how about the battle there for the 5th place spot? 3 cars in it. Mr. Monaco's been climbing up here. Air's now side by side with Muffins for the 5th place spot, or 4th place spot. Now down into, well, they make the way through the first sector, and Muffins gets a slightly better exit here, but Arisnet is going to cross over the crossover side by side here into the hotel. Arisnet a lose! Oh, goodness, and she's slightly topped the wall, but she keeps on going, but she's lost that gap. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco closing in on Muffin. So this has been a bit of a stir-up there. Arisnet has still overall saved her car from completely bending it. But here is Mr. Monaco on the rear bumper of Muffin. Ooh, Mr. Monaco is around. He's into the barriers. And he's lost that gap he's made up and worked for. Arisnet will pass by. That leaves us back to the upward hunt at the front. And you can see Twin closing in here on Silver, but there's only going to be 2 laps to go and just a short bit. So that is just narrowly closing in. And the only person really at risk currently at the time is Obliged, maybe a little bit with Mr. Monaco, but guys are still overall okay. So there's 2 laps to go here. And the gap's been taken down to 3.4 seconds. Twin's just been closing in little by little here. It's going to have to take some sort of mistake for anything to happen. So 2 to go, 2 to go. Arisnet is side by side with Shy 21 here into the first turn. We'll watch back up from Twin Turbo V6. Silver is actually closing in here on the lap car. That is Jason. We'll be finishing in 12th place. Silver does in fact get loose. Silver gets very loose. Silver is around. And Twin will overtake for the lead. The same thing that happened to Twin earlier has happened to Silver. And that's a big gap they've lost there. So this might be smooth sailing for Twin, as long as he can hold himself together. An absolute upset. But Twin has made himself all the way up to the lead, all the way from the back of the field. As here's Jason around in the background, spinning right round like a record player, but keeps on going. As this time by, Twin Turbo V6 will make his way across the final turn into the white flag. So once you guys cross the line, white flag will be in the air. When you finish, you could do a cooldown lap, please. Twin makes his way across the line with white flags in the air. Now going through turn number 1 is Twin Turbo V6. It's been a very well-held race here. I'm not sure how the rest of the positions are going to look. I think everyone is about spread out by now. But Twin Turbo V6 with the white flag, he's leading this one. He's made up more than Silver had on him before the lap previous. So I believe this one might go to him unless something happens. So we're just waiting to see. I know that's something you really fear happening, but so far he's held it very clean. I know he just needs to get through his lap and he'll be clean. He does have quick time. It was a 150.463, so already faster than the GTE cars. And here is Twin, almost at the end of his final lap here. Twin goes down the last straight. You can see all the sponsors. Thank you to the people that provide us with fictional sponsors. It's pretty nice to have. So here's Twin, makes his way across the final turn one last time in the MITS car class. You might see him later in the GTI class. He did win that one. But here we are. Your race winner of the MITS car class is Twin Turbo V6. Second time by. Wins it again. We could do a cool down, would be nice. Second place is going to be Silver Woomy, and a big gap has been made up there. Twin was pushing hard. He got another quick time as a 150.093 as Silver crosses the line. Blue Gen was holding up the third place spot. Here's Blue Gen in third. You can see Muffin in the background. So Muffin, if we have our top three to line up, Muffin meowing across the line. Arisnada into the fifth place spot. Shibe 21, how are they looking? Shibe is going to hit the wall. Mr. Monaco is going to cross the line to overtake for the 7th place spot. Shibe is going to finish in 8th. Just cross the line when he can. Jason will finish in 11th, or finish 12th. And Tenafis will come across the line in 8th place. We're going to look for any cuts. Shibe is close, but nobody has gotten any penalties so far. Crittonite on their debut race crosses the line in 9th place. As 10th place will be Oblide. Started all the way from the rear, made up a couple spots by the end of it. As Aiden is the last car to not have yet crossed the line. Of course, we have Beagle as the DNF. That was from jumping out the car. He just didn't take part in qualifying. So. And he will finish off in 11th place. With that being said, if we get our top three to line up on the front stretch, once you guys are there, that's going to be Twin Turbo V6, Silver, and Blue Sonic Gen. We will try to see if we can do interviews. We'll actually interview Twin right now here. So Twin has won. That was a upwards battle. It got settled up towards the end of the race. I don't know if you're sure if that was going to happen, but you still ended up crossing the line first. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I definitely wasn't sure if I was going to win on when I spun, because I lost like almost 10 seconds, and that's really, really hard to just get back, especially when the person you're trying to race isn't really going much slower either. So it was really hard upway battle from there. But honestly, I just kept pushing every single corner. I just figure out how the cars work. I never drove these newer generation cars, because these definitely feel different than before. But yeah, like it's good overall. I definitely showed some good pace, but I mean, so did a lot of people, honestly. Like Silver was definitely able to get a 150 at one point, for sure. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to keep the consistency going, and yeah, that clearly worked. I was hoping to start from like the last spot, just so I could get like a last to first kind of challenge. But I mean, 11th place isn't really bad either. Yeah, it's just a nice race overall. I thought there was some good battles. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as the Rocksmod race we had yesterday, but yeah, it was still nice. I gotta say though, props to Eris for making these cars. These things are so fun to drive. I guess I don't know, maybe she drove a Miata at one point and figured out how they drive in real life and just translated that to the game because these things honestly are probably my favorite cars to drive now. That and like the Formula Micros. Like yeah, these cars are just awesome to drive. Maybe that's why I was a bit faster, but yeah, I don't really know. But it was just nice race overall. Good track, great cars. I just can't really go wrong with anything that happened today.
All right, well, thank you there, Twin Turbo V6. I'm gonna give you a flag if you could head out of your car. Thank you. That was a good one there. We'll see if you come around to win the GTI race. Might be the trend for the rest of the weekend. Silver Woomy, that I don't know if you want to be interviewed or not. That was a bit of a frustrating race finish for you, certainly, but still a solid second place. Might help later on the championship. So, what is there to take out of this race?
Well, as Twin Turbo already said, the cars are incredibly fun to drive, mainly around like high-speed circuits like this. One quirk of these cars that we both, and certainly many others, found is that redlining Gear 5 is faster than switching to Gear 6, so you might want to look into that if that's not what you wanted to make.
6 gears is supposed to be like an overdrive.
Yeah,
It's like a
it doesn't really
realistic-
accelerate.
I think it's like a realistic gear. Overdrive gear, you know?
Well, it doesn't even accelerate, you know. When you switch from max Gear 5 to Gear 6, it doesn't accelerate.
That's fair.
Anyways, second into race. I'm happy for it. Could have been worse.
That's fair. Still a podium, so there's going to be some Robux to take on in 2025. Oh god, I'm so sorry about that. Thank you there, Silver. Up next is Blue Sonic Gen. Are they in the VC? Yes, they are. I believe you want to be chatting here, so that was a bit of a interesting race. You did end up third place by the end of it. So what do you got to take out of it? It was fun. Spider spun like 2 times and I almost lost it. Another one. Couldn't quite find pace. It seemed to find enough to, yeah, I mean, he did seem to find enough to hold off into third place, so there is that to take. I guess you kind of just had that. Switching to fourth in some corners. It cost me a lot of time. But once I got the hang of it, just read out for blue. Yeah, I could definitely fight for the next races. Well, next time we are gonna race the MITS cars. That'll be at Miyasi Circuit. That'll be a special race. We'll get to that one soon. There's one more person I want to interview. There's more people I wanted to interview, but we are really starting to run low on time. I want to get the GTIs ready. So one more person here to interview. It's gonna be Aris Netta. So, Aris Netta, can you bring me through your debut race? And what do you think about the coming races throughout the next month? You know, we got 2 Miyasi
cool.
races, and we got Hoosier Speedway. So.
Really hyped for the Miyasi double weekend, to be honest. The thing is, I don't know if everyone else is gonna be. It's easily gonna be the quirkiest track these cars are ever gonna run.
That's true.
But we're not gonna say what it is. We haven't got any vocals on it yet, but we don't want to let much out to do we?
That's fair. So, what did you think about today's race in particular, and how the cars felt? This is your first time you've been racing. You missed out Daytona. I just want to hear.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I missed Daytona. I still can't remember why I missed Daytona, but I mean, it was fun, for sure. The grass I said, um, I need to silence the whistleblowers. It was fun. MITS at Sebring is fun until you grass.
I think that's just a general term. It's just fun until grass.
Yeah, but the thing is, the grass is extra ungrippy here because these cars have no friction weight, so they just slip immediately.
I did notice that quite a bit, both at Daytona, but also with these today. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I might make the
they'll make them
grass
wipers
have its own
for
setup for the MITS cars for
going
the
off
future.
road is like a We're going off road is like a suggestion. You could try that. No, and these things you go off road, you kind of die. I spun out twice actually. One was a full spin, the other was a almost. I mean, it was a spin, but it was not as fatal. It was bad, really really bad. But oh well. Looking forward to Miyasi, where I'm most likely gonna spin out even more, especially that. Looking forward to flipping over, perhaps, because terrain tracks are awesome. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say.
All right. Looking up to the GTI race, I think that after last
Yeah.
week's little incident, I believe he might be able to make the full one this time.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, that's good to hear. Let me get that set up. So in the meanwhile, guys, thank you guys for watching. I gotta set up a little slideshow here. Well, nah, we'll get a photo. So thank you guys for watching. We're gonna move on to the GTIs. So those are gonna start in 1 hour. Practice will start in about 10 minutes once I get the game ready. Not quite ready yet, but they will be ready in a short bit. So prepare for that one. I wish I could interview more people, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So yeah.